Hello, my friend. Welcome to this new video. In this case, we're gonna talk about the machine simulator, how to start doing your first simulation and start working with Studio 5000 uh, all together. So let's open. Well, here's the machine simulator version 4. This is where you're gonna see when you start. If you go to any key here, you're gonna see all the options where you can open a machine, edit machine, create new machine, and there are so many options here. What we care about today is about open machine. Here we have so many machines where we can start working with from the most simple, the most simple one, which is the test, and we start looking more and more complex and more interesting machines. So of course we're gonna start with the first one, which is this one, and I would like to start showing how to connect. But first, let's see the demo. All these machines, we have a demo where we can see what it's supposed to do, or what is we can say the challenge to do here. And here, when you click there, it's gonna start loading, and let's see, it's gonna load all the machine, which is just this. And we can see that it's something super simple. We just want the box going back and forward. We only have two outputs. We can see the outputs here, view IO. Here are the outputs, which is moving the conveyor to one side, and the other one is reverse. That's it. That's what we have. And we have two sensors, which is this sensor is photocell signal 1 and 2. So this is the challenge. It's very simple. This is very interesting that you can see an example of what you can do. Of course, you don't need to do exactly this project, but it's a very good start to have something to do. Okay, so let's go back. Once we know what one challenge that we can do, we can go back to open machine, and instead to do demo, we can do start. So here is where we can actually work with the machine. So still we can put the IO, and here I think we can move it. This is the output, so we can manually activate the output for advance. I'm gonna stop it, and here we can see the signal going on. If I push reverse, now it's going to the back, and the signal is going off, and this is gonna be on when we get this one. So I can stop it. Oops, almost. So here, so that's the machine. Another thing I would like to show you, there are a lot of options to how to move here, how to see all the 3D situation here. You can use this. Of course, you have to work a little bit to get used to all these options we have. But I like more, at least for the beginning, just to use the numbers. So you have different angle of the camera with the numbers that you have in your keyboard. For example, if I push one, of course, it's this one. If I push two, it's going to the next one. So it's already there in the simulation. So you can go back and forward to all these angles. It's very simple. Of course, if you want to more details or you are in design, of course, you're gonna need this. But for now, we can just use this. It's pretty simple. Okay. So this is we can say that this is a manual function. We can use the inputs and outputs in manual way. But what we really want is to program a PLC to move this. Okay. So for that, we're gonna need this. In this case, I'm using Studio 5000. It's about the same if you want to use Earth Logix 5000 as well, but there are so many options. If you go to IO drivers, you have many options to how to connect. There's Siemens here, TwinCAD, Virtual Panel, Modbus, Arduino, even Arduino is here. Of course, the easiest one is EasyPLC, which is the PLC environment that use machine simulator is the same brand, we can say. So the one we're gonna use to connect to Studio 5000 is the OPC ENH. Okay, so this is the driver we're gonna use. But before we start, what you need to know is you have to have of course, the software Studio 5000 or Logix 5000. You need the Emulate 5000, and you need the Earthlinks gateway or professional. In this case, let's open the Earthlinks. and I'm gonna, well, here is the professional. So the professional has the gateway. How you know if your RS link is gonna work? An easy way to do it, to know if it's the one you need, is if you have edit. If you have this option, it's gonna work. If you don't have this, if from file goes to view without edit, it means that it's not gonna work. As simple as that. Okay. So I'm gonna start opening the Studio 5000 because it takes a couple seconds. So, and I'm gonna get a new project here. The other thing we're gonna need, as I said before, is the emulate. Let's open the emulate 5000. Okay. So while it's opening the emulate, I can here where, well, here's the emulate. Okay. So here what you have to do is to just like create a new PLC. I have you can see in this video, if you want to follow it, I can explain you step by step how to do all of this. But of course it's in Spanish, but you can auto translate. Now I'm doing all my videos in English. So you have to do this. The easiest way, I can create a new one here, for example, to show you. Emulate, it's gonna be slow 3, okay. And here it's so simple, just next. Maybe you have many versions. I only have, well, I have a lot here. You gotta choose the one you're gonna use. In my case, I'm gonna use the version 36, and then just next and done. That's it. So I'm gonna use the number 2. We don't need the number 3, but it's gonna be there just to show you. So here in the Studio 5000, you have to choose the Logix Emulate controller. So in this case, we're gonna put a name. I'm gonna just put a test. Let's do test. I'm gonna save it in desktop. It doesn't matter really. And here is this is a very important one. It's a slot where the PLC is gonna be. And in this case, can be 2 or 3. I'm gonna use the number 2. So here you have to choose 2 and finish. So now we have done only is creating the PLC program. We have the emulate ready, but we have to have the RS links ready as well. So the idea here is, let me see, let's wait for the, okay. The Studio 5000 is gonna get connected to the emulate through the RS links, but it's gonna get connected to Machine Simulator through RS links as well, but in a different way. So this is like a direct way with the emulate. You can see it here is the slot number 2. You can see it in the regular way. But for the Machine Simulator, we're gonna use OPC. So for this, we have to go to topic configuration, and we gotta create this link. So I'm gonna delete it so I can show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. Just put new. You can put the whatever name you want. In my case, I'm using link. And for the future videos, I'm gonna share you the programs and the file that is gonna give you the option to get all the tags and all the configuration pretty quickly and very simple. And I was gonna use links, so it's gonna be very useful if you use the same name. But as I said before, it's not really necessary use the same name. So we have the link. So once we create the topic, we have to, okay, just gonna show you. Click in the one you want to link, and then you have to click where you want to link to. For example, in this case, it's the PLC that is in slot 2. So I click here, and then you can see the apply pop up, and I just apply, yes, and done. So now we have the connection between the PLC and the OPC link. So that's the one we're gonna use, okay? So we have the OPC. Even without the OPC, of course, we can connect to the emulate. So we can do it right now. We can just go who active. We choose PLC number 2. And because it's the first time, we need to download. Let's try to go online. Of course, it's not gonna let me do it because there's no program right now in the PLC. So it's gonna download. Okay. Okay, so now I can just go to run mode if I want to. Of course, the PLC is empty. There is no instruction at all. So we don't have tag, we have nothing, but it's connected right now. Okay, so now the next step here is to go to machine simulator, and now we're gonna do the connection here. So for here, of course, I told you that is OPC driver and ENH. We got configure, and here we're gonna have this where we can put all the digital outputs, digital inputs, analog outputs, and analog inputs from the PLC. So of course, I have one that I really did is a palette simulation that is way ahead of this. So we don't need all of this. You can just delete it by clicking remove or click delete with the keyboard. But an easiest way is just go to driver, clear driver. Okay, and now it's empty. Of course, when you do that, you clear the topic as well. So if you remember, the topic's name is link. As easy as that. Okay, so now we need to add all the tags. In this case, it's pretty simple. Oops, I don't have to do that, but whatever. Where we were here. Okay. See if this is still working. Yeah. Okay, so here we need to put all the tags we're gonna need. So here, what I recommend is to put the tags in a place where you can copy and paste. Because if it's not the same, it's not gonna work. So you have to copy and paste from a main place to here and then to the PLC, so you are sure that you have the same tag. So in this case, I can use just the notepad, for example, and I'm gonna put the names that I want. For example, here I want the photo cell. Well, I think it can be read better if I go out of this cancel and exit, so I can read this. These are the outputs. So you can put the name that whichever name you want, but I like more putting the name exactly the same that we have here. So when we are debugging the program, I know what I see in the PLC is the same than here. But the only issue with that is sometimes in the future you're gonna see that some names in the outputs are the same that the inputs, and of course you cannot have the same. So what I did to fix that is when it's output, I put out in the beginning, and then I start writing down. But I'm using just capital. So out on the scroll, and then conveyor roller 2. Instead, you cannot use space in the PLC, so I use underscore. Then advance. So then the next one is an output as well. So out conveyor roller to reverse. Okay. So then we go to the inputs is in the scroll photo cell 1 signal and photo cell 2 signal. So if you do it on this way, maybe you make a mistake and you put here 1 L, you put 1. But if you have the same mistake in the machine simulator and the Studio 5000, it's gonna still working. That's why I like to put it in a file where we're gonna copy to both sides. So if we go here now, I'm gonna do this, and then I go to IO drivers, configure, and then I can copy paste. The other thing important is you have to use the same order. If the first one is advanced, you have to put the first one advanced here. I'm gonna show you why later. So here I'm gonna put advanced copy, paste. Then here, copy and paste. We are done with the output. Now we are going to the inputs, copy, paste, copy and paste. So now we are done here. This is the PLC input, PLC output. We're gonna accept here. So here, you have two options here. You can put all of these manually. For example, I know that this is photocell 1 signal. I'm gonna move it to photocell 1 signal, photocell 2 signal to photocell 2 signal, okay? So that is a way to do it, but sometimes you're gonna have so many inputs and outputs, and that is not something that you want to do. You know, it's like you're gonna get tired in the end of the day. So an easy way is if you choose to put here the same order of outputs and inputs as we have it here, what you have to do is just go to driver. Well, I think I lose it. Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, it's here. Is there? Okay. I don't know why I lose this one. Link, accept, and I have it back. So you have to go and driver and automatic segment. So you have here 10, 20, 30 inputs and outputs, and yeah, they are in order. You just do this, and boom, everything got together. But if it's not the right order, of course, everything is gonna be a mistake here. Okay. So this with this, we just need to go. Well, before we do this, we're gonna do the same, but in the PLC. So we're gonna go to control tags, and here we're gonna go to the same. So here we go to edit tags, and we're gonna copy paste everything. So copy. Of course, there's another way to do this. Other ways. For example, you can do export input tags and stuff like that. I'm just doing the more common way to do it. So here it's gonna be bool, and then copy, paste, and bool. Oops. Okay. Bool, enter. Then copy, paste, and bool. Key, copy, paste, and is bool. So now we have the same tags, exactly the same because we copy pasted. And in the PLC as the machine simulator. Now we can just go exit, start driver. So now you can see that this changed to driver connected. So now we should be able to move everything and see everything in the PLC. Let's see if it works. I hope it works because it kind of sucks if it doesn't. Okay, so let's go and try to move advance here. Yeah, change to 1, and we can see that this turn on, start moving, and everything is okay there. So let's go. Let's see if we can go to reverse. 1 is going to reverse, and they're gonna stop it in the over there. Okay. So this is on. Let's see if we can see it here. Yeah, it's on. Signal 2, signal 2. And the last test is we're gonna go to advanced, and let's see if we can see the photocell 1 signal. And it's there. So we have it here on, and we have it here on. So now everything is connected, everything is working. So that's how you connect to it. Okay. So this is a very important topic so you can start working. Another thing is I would like to tell you that if you keep looking at my videos, I'm gonna share with you all the information of each machine in a way that you're not gonna need to do this and copy and paste one and again, and then you made mistakes because I did it several times. It's a pain in the ass really. So if you don't need to do this mistake because you're gonna have all these files if you just follow my videos. So I'm gonna show you an example of this. For example, I'm gonna just get out of this guy. Confirm. And if I go to open machine, let's go do an example. Let's do this one. For example, it's palletizer system 2. If we go here, This is a very interesting device or machine. So here, if you go to IO drivers and go to File, Open, Desktop Machine Simulator for here, we have this one, for example. If I double click here, we have this file which has everything, all the tags. You just need to do is exit and start driver, and you're gonna be able to run. Of course, you're gonna need the PLC as well. Let me open that guy as well. It's gonna do this. So I open it right now, the PLC. Gonna go offline with this one. Who active? Go online. Download. Okay. So this, for example, is the palletizer system to empty. So you can see that all we did today in about 10 minutes, or even more, I don't know how much was it. Now it's done instantly. So here, I just start the driver, it's connected, and if we go to the tags, we have all the tags here. So for example, we can see the inputs are here on already. And let's do conveyor, for example, this one, and the conveyor is moving. So the good thing about having these files is everything is going to be more simple. You're going to have everything ready, and you just have to download it and start working on it. That's it. You're done. So I hope you like this video. I hope you follow me, and you can see you're going to have the benefit of these files, so you can start working on them. And also, I'm gonna share with you the program if you want to, the program with the solution if you want to compare with the one you found. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find it useful, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.